21 cars, 15 laps. Your limited modified A feature race coming your way here at turn 4. Wes looking over the field. The green flag waves, and here we go. He likes it, and we're going. Prather jumps out front first, followed by the 44 BJ and Brent Jones. Chris Tarrant flying around the outside. As they come around turns 3 and 4. Complete lap number 1. Your leader is going to be Scott Prather, followed by Brent Jones, Brian Bolden, Chris Tarrant, Matt Reed. But here comes Michael Daniels and Tommy Davis Jr. Brent Jones and Chris Tarrant battling for that second spot. Michael Daniels now up to 5th. As Michael Daniels and Tommy Davis Jr. both trying to get by the 12 of Matt Reed. Prather still continues to lead it. Chris Tarrant going around the outside. But Prather gets a good push out of turn 2 and remains in the lead. Tarrant driving hard through turn 3 and 4, trying to get by the 22 of Prather, but it's Prather, Tarrant, Jones and Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed. Chris Tarrant sticking to the high line, trying to get by the 22 of Scott Prather. Michael Daniels pulls even with Brian Bolden, battling for that 3rd position. At the flag stand, it's going to be Chris Tarrant, the new leader. Scott Prather. Brian Bolden trying to go around Prather as well on the outside. Michael Daniels trying to push him go underneath. He whips around the outside of it. Looks like Scott Prather has a problem with his car. He's going to pull off the track, and his night will be done. So now at the flag stand, your new leader is the 72 of Chris Tarrant, followed by Brian Bolden, Michael Daniels, Tommy Davis Jr., and Matt Reed. That's your top 5. Daniels trying to get around lap traffic. Lap traffic causing a little trouble up there in the top 4. Tommy Davis Jr. trying to sneak up on Michael Daniels. Currently running in 4th, but trying for that 3rd position as they come to the front straightaway, door to door, Daniels and Davis. Tarrant still your leader, out front by about 6 car lengths on Brian Bolden. It's Tarrant, Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed, your top 5. Halfway through your limited modified feature race. Chris Tarrant still leading it, diving into turns 3 and 4. Brian Bolden trying to run him down. Chris Tarrant, Brian Bolden, Michael Daniels, Tommy Davis Jr., and Matt Reed, your top 5. Rest of the field stretched out pretty good. Front of the pack, flying through 3 and 4 to the front straightaway. Chris Tarrant still your leader, followed by Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed, top 5 unchanged. Clean racing going down right now. Chris Tarrant out front with the lead. Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed. Top 5 has remained unchanged. Stephen Havers trying to get out the number 19 of Jeff McGivney, who's trying to get by the 77 of James Sisko. Tarrant still your leader onto the front straightaway. Tarrant, Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed, your top 5. The 79 over here of Gary Parker he's gonna pull off the track through that hole over there in the fence and the wall, so we remain green flag racing. Tarrant your leader onto the front straightaway past the flag stand. It's Tarrant, Bolden, Daniels, Davis, and Reed. A little bit of battling going on back here in the back of the pack between Sisko, McGivney, Neighbors, and Lorenz. 2 to go this time by. That's your leader, the 72 of Chris Tarrant. Brian Bolden knows he's got 2 laps to make it happen. Tarrant gets sideways and squirrely coming through turn 1. Loses power, pulls off the back straightaway. Now at the flag stand, Bolden is going to be your new leader. It's Bolden, Daniels, Davis. Oh, right rear flat for Chris Tarrant. That's going to bring a caution on the speedway. Tough luck for the 72 of Chris Tarrant, running out front by several car lengths, and a right rear flat is going to end his night with 1 lap left to go. Watch out for that 4R of Kevin Rowland. That hot rod and that driver has been known to do a lot of driving in a couple of laps. Green flag waves, and away we go. Stretch out a little bit on the back straightaway right there. Kevin Rowland pulling on the low line there is going to pull all the way up to 5th. The white flag waves. Brian Bolden, Michael Daniels, Tommy Davis Jr., Matt Reed, and Kevin Rowland. Rowland trying to get by Matt Reed. He's got 2 more corners and 1 straightaway to do it if he's going to do it. Bolden leads them into turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Brian Bolden, followed by Michael Daniels, Tommy Davis Jr., Matt Reed, Kevin Rowland, Brent Jones, James Sisko. And right at the end of the race there, Brandon Kirkland's 142 just starts smoking.
Fifth row, Brett B.A. Jensen in the 123 and the 37 of Mike Meeks Jr., Jack Cathy in the 2C and Eddie Smith in the 2, the 20 of Randy Milligan. They're getting the green flag, and it's time to go racing for the feature in the factory stock division. Looks like Tommy McKinley wants another feature win tonight. Oh, and we got 3 wide for second place and a little bit of bouncing going on. What is happening here? Mark Ross and the 1 of Chase Raymond getting together. Looks like Chase Raymond is pulled off the speedway. 2C is smoking heavily. Out front with about a 15 car length lead. It's the 71M of Tommy McKinley. I think that smoke is coming from his right rear tire. That's why he lost the last right rear tire on that car. They need to check clearance there. Something's wrong. It's a race for second between the 00 of JoJo Miramontes and the 47 of Kyle Kent. JoJo, oh, Kyle Kent goes high. It's JoJo in second, the 77 of Wildman Cisco in third with the 6M of, I think we're fixing to get a caution. Yellow for Kyle Kent. Cisco just ain't figured out where it's yellow. Now Jones, come on guys, it's yellow. It is an 8, but the judges thought it was a 0, and you can't hardly tell sometimes. Green flag coming out. Tommy McKinley trying to hang on. Oh, Jeff Jones and Cisco getting together on the back straightaway. I saw one of the cars jump up pretty good. And Bubba Meeks is flying. Whoa, what's going on there? Oh, Cisco's got a left front tie rod broke. Tie rod in, he's driving it on. That ain't gonna work. He might end up getting closer to one of them tires than he wants to. It's halfway. And let's see, Jensen's going to try and get past him. Out front, it's the 71M of Tommy McKinley, the 00 of JoJo Miramontes, and the 37 of Bubba Meeks. Cisco's having trouble getting that thing to turn left. I wonder why. McKinley, Miramontes, Meeks, and Jensen, Jones, and then Cisco. Oh, it's not turning at all now. Ha. And the 77 of the Wild Man is off. Jojo Miramontes goes a little, pushes up a little high, and that leaves a door open for the 37 of Bubba Meeks. Two laps left to go. And Jeff Jones pulling off the speedway. Bubba Meeks is trying to take that lead from Tommy McKinley, and I don't think Tommy's going to let that go. Down the back straightaway. Checkered flag coming out for the 71M of Tommy McKinley 2 weeks in a row. Then it's Meeks and Miramontes and B.A. Jensen. So,
just for the record, we started that race with 15 cars.
Yes, we did.
And ended with 4. Woo!
That was a tough one. Isn't it? 20 laps?
15-lap feature race underway as the green flag waves and Wendell Bolden goes out front. But look at Kenny Gaddis trying to go around the outside, but Wendell Bolden gets a good push out in there at 15 of Kyle Cave, turning around sideways down here in turn 1. He's going to pull off the track. That's going to cause a, whoa, my goodness, that right there caused a big old problem. The 15 of Kyle Cave pulled back on the track going 10 miles an hour. Race starts on the leader in turn 4, and green flag waves, and here we go. Troy Taylor gets around Kenny Gaddis, as does Johnny Philpott Jr., but Wendell Bolden gets a good push coming out of turn 2. Opens up about a 4-car length lead on Troy Taylor on the back straightaway. Gliding through turns 3 and 4 to the front straightaway. Still your leader, it's Bolden, Taylor, Philpott, Gaddis, and Simpson. That's your top 5. The 72 of Richard Ray pulls off the track. Your top 5, Bolden, Taylor, Philpott, Gaddis, and Simpson. Wendell Bolden, who showed his prowess on this track earlier in the heat race with his hood up. Now that he can see, he is getting around the track fairly efficiently. About a 6-car length lead on the 56 of Troy Taylor. The 15 of Kyle Cave pulls off. His night is done. Bolden getting by Richard Paul Ray. Using lap traffic to pull up a little bit of a lead on Troy Taylor in the 56. Bolden still your leader. As the leaders come down the front straightaway, it is Bolden, Taylor, Philpott, Gaddis, and Simpson, who just glides against the wall there. The sparks fly up. Michael Daniels right behind him. Troy Taylor trying to run down the 28B of Wendell Bolden in that Lakeside Chevrolet Modified. Halfway through your feature race here in the USRA Modified. Wendell Bolden again, your leader, coming up on lap traffic here. Erratic driving at the back of the pack could play havoc if we get to that point without a caution. Bolden flying through turns 3 and 4, still your leader. It's Bolden, Taylor, Philpott, Gaddis, and Simpson, still your top 5. Troy Taylor gets a little bit out of shape out of turn 2, and that allows Bolden to open up a little more lead, but man, lap traffic could play some havoc on him right here. He gets by Jones, looking to get by the 21 car there of Gary Brooks, and does on the back straightaway. Dives down low, gets by Richard Paul Ray. Now 3 lap cars between your leader Wendell Bolden and Troy Taylor. Troy Taylor trying to get around Gary Brooks. A lap car's causing havoc for him, trying to get by him as he finally does, but Wendell Bolden now with about a 20 car length lead on Troy Taylor. In seconds, Johnny Philpott Jr., followed by Kenny Gaddis and Cody Simpson. Bolden gliding through turns 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway to be 2 to go this time by. 2 more times around the Devil's Bowl Speedway. Philpott trying to get around lap traffic as well. Gaddis and Simpson. Wendell Bolden, your leader. Through turn 4 onto the front straightaway. White flag waves one more time around the gray clay. Wendell Bolden with a big lead through 3, through 4 to the front straightaway. Checker flag is out. Your winner, the 28B of Wendell Bolden in that Lakeside Chevrolet Modified, followed by Troy Taylor, Johnny Philpott Jr. Now look at the race for 4th. Too close to call at the flag stand. Simpson and Gaddis will finish 4th and 5th. I can't tell you who it was. It was way too close. That was a good race right at the very end for the 4th and 5th position. But Wendell Bolden, once they got to lap traffic, Wendell Bolden stretched out his lead, put those lap cars between he and the legendary Troy Taylor. And Wendell Bolden goes home a winner in your USRA Modified in that Lakeside Chevrolet.